here. Welcome back to the Love Lab. Today I'm going to show you how I make my Buttermilk Biscuit Bombs. These are amazing, delicious, and stuffed full of flavor. Come on in the kitchen. Let's cook. So fam, as you can see, I'm already starting with my sausage. I've got a pound of sausage here that I'm cooking up. This is ground sausage. I'm using a mild flavor sausage today. You can use hot sausage if your family likes it. Sometimes, don't tell my kids, I mix hot and mild or hot and sweet together to get just the right kick. But today, I'm being nice mommy. I'm just gonna use the mild sausage. So you wanna go ahead and get your sausage going first. I'll break it up as it cooks. And also while that's finishing, we're gonna come over here to our eggs. I've got 5 eggs here that I'm gonna scramble, okay? Gonna get them going. I'm gonna put just a dash of water in with these as well. Like so. A little water helps your eggs fluff up nicely. You can use milk too. Can you see what I'm doing, guys? I'll put it up here. You can use milk or water, either one works. Water was easier today. I don't know why, it just was, okay? So you're gonna just mix these up, get these nice and going. We're gonna add a little salt to this egg here, because we want salt. You don't need too much salt though, because we're gonna have the sausage in there as well. And a little seasoned pepper. This is one of my little kitchen secrets. I love this seasoned pepper. I use it on things that I'm not using a ton of seasonings on, but I still want some flavor. Okay, so I'm gonna give that just a light whisk, set that aside, and get back to my sausage. Now for ingredients, because I just got into cooking, y'all, sausage, eggs, and cheese. That's the loaded part of it, okay? And over here, I'm gonna make some buttermilk biscuits, but I'm gonna show you how to do it, and there's a couple things different from making regular biscuits when you're making these bombs. Y'all, the smell of sausage just takes my breath away. I love it. Okay, I turn the fan on so I don't have a kitchen incident. Y'all know I'm prone to kitchen incidents. And give that a nice cook. Let that cook up. Okay, now here for our biscuits, we've got some self-rising flour. We've also got baking powder and baking soda. I'm gonna add a little salt, and we've got some buttermilk and butter. Now this jar right here, this particular bowl has some extra flour in it that I'll need when I go to roll out the biscuits, because it'll be some pretty tacky dough, and we're gonna need some extra flour to help us make it manageable. All right. While that's cooking up over here, I'm gonna come to the self-rising flour. Let me grab a whisk, guys, so we can get it nice and smooth. I always like to just whisk through. I don't like sifting. I don't like taking out the machine. So this is always my little shortcut. I just grab a whisk and go in there, and that tends to do exactly what I need done. All right, to this I'm gonna add my baking powder and baking soda, as well as a teaspoon of salt. There you go. Maybe a little under, but just about a teaspoon. Still keeping an eye on the sausage. Don't leave the sausage unattended now. Don't sleep on the sausage. And I'm gonna whisk all of these together. Now before I add in my buttermilk, I'm going to grate in a stick of butter, a whole stick of butter. I'm using unsalted butter. If you have salted butter, you can use that too. You just don't have to add that extra teaspoon of salt that we just did. You might only need a half a teaspoon or a quarter teaspoon. Make sense? Okay, y'all with me? All right, fam. So, grater. Let me make sure I get this so you can see it. And it's very important when you're biscuit making, y'all, that your ingredients are nice and cold, okay? I let this butter stay in the refrigerator until I was ready for action. All right? Hang on a second. This is perfect. When we get into it, this sausage is just about done, and I'm cooking it not 100% done, well, like 95%, because I'm gonna actually put the eggs and all that stuff back together and stir them up real good so they can be mixed together for the stuffed portion of the program. All right, let's turn this off. I'm going to put my sausage in here. And that fat that was rendered by the sausage is what I'm going to use to cook my eggs in, to scramble my eggs in. Oh, that looks good. All right, now you see how the bottom of my skillet has just a little bit of oil in it from the sausage? That's what I want, okay? Now I'm gonna take this egg, give it a nice little scrambling, just a little bit. I'm not trying to overdo it. I'll pour it right in, like so. Okay? I'm gonna let that start cooking. actually even have the heat off because there's enough residual heat right now for this egg to cook up just like I needed to. Now, again, I'm using 5 eggs and a pound of sausage. Use more or less as you want to. This is one of those recipes, I can't give you something exact. I can tell you what I do, but you know your people. Y'all may not like sausage over there. I don't know. Maybe when you want bacon, I don't know. But do what y'all do. You understand what I'm saying? But just put it all in there. Load it up, and then we're gonna seal the bomb and let her do what she do. Now my egg is almost done. Eggs don't take no time at all. I'm gonna start adding my cheese. I've got about a cup of cheddar cheese here, shredded cheddar. And I'm not sure how much fully I'm gonna use. I'm gonna turn this heat back off. There we go. See that? Just stirring in that egg with the cheese. My kids love cheese, so I know I have to go a little heavier. Because they'll be like, you didn't use all the cheese you had out, Mom! I'm like, have you used any cheese yet at all? No, I don't say that, y'all. Truth is, I say, Mama, do it how you want it. And we're gonna take these eggs and mix this sausage right back in with it. Okay? And we wanna get all of this mixed together. See that? This is gonna be our filling. And again, go heavier on the egg or lighter on the sausage, however you want it. This is just my starting point. All right, see that? Look how good that looks. Woo-hoo-hoo! All right. So I'm gonna take this filling, I'm gonna put it back in this bowl that has the sausage. We're gonna set it aside, and then we are seriously gonna make our biscuits. All right. Now you know the good part, you guys, a little added bonus. If you happen to have some filling left over after you finish bombing and loading up your biscuits, those are amazing. Like with toast or something, I'm telling you. There's so many endless possibilities. Okay, skillet out the way, y'all. Let's talk biscuits. Here we go. Okay, family, so now that our filling is ready, I'm gonna set that aside. I'll let the stovetop cool off a little bit and we're gonna get into these biscuits. I wanted to do it right. All right, so in here we've got our 2 cups of self-rising flour, some baking powder, baking soda, and a little bit of salt. And I'm going to grate this butter in. Now you can cut it into cubes and put it in, but I have found that it actually is easier when you grate it like this, because you want every piece of butter to get covered by the flour, and you really want to make sure that the flour and butter are distributed everywhere, because this butter, when it hits that heat, that's what's going to give you that beautiful rise in these biscuits. Ooh, I'm just trying not to cut myself. And I'm using gloves, and you're wondering why. Can I be honest, y'all? I'm using gloves because I just get tired of having biscuit dough and bread doughs in my hands. Every time I look up, I got bread dough in my hands, and I get tired some days, so I wear gloves. Now, we're gonna go in with this butter and our gloved hands, and you wanna just basically smush them around. You're trying to get everything distributed together, and you want it to feel like pebbles. You know, people usually say peas, but that upsets me because peas are like this big, and it's not that big, it's pebbles, right? Little pebble. Anyway, they're pebbles over here in Alabama. So, see how I'm just going in here? And this is important because if the flour and the butter don't incorporate like this, you're just gonna have this dry flour and you're not gonna have the texture or the flavor you want in your biscuit. You can make biscuits with lard, Crisco, or anything like that, but there's something about the rich flavor of butter, baby. Baby, 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 butter. All right, now what I'm gonna do is form like a little well in the middle here, okay? Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna take 1 cup of buttermilk and I'm gonna add it in. Okay, now I didn't add all of it right away, but I'm going to, I think. Now this is homemade buttermilk as well. I tell you guys about this all the time. A cup of milk with a tablespoon of vinegar or even lemon juice. Just an acid will make buttermilk for you. It's much cheaper than going out and paying $4 or $5 for a thing of buttermilk that you don't need all of. Okay, add the rest of this. And that's why you see I added it slowly, so everything can get hydrated. Here we go. Now, biscuit dough is just tacky, y'all, and it's wet. I ain't no way around it. I done tried ways around it. Ain't nothing I can tell you, but this just how I do. My husband would say, this just how it do. Yes, it's just how it do. All right, so we've got our cutting board here. Remember that extra flour? Now's when we're gonna use it. I'm gonna take it, spread some out here, use my hand like this, okay? Take this biscuit dough, this super tacky biscuit dough I might add. I'm gonna get a scraper and put it right there. See that? Now you can also just buy you some biscuits from the store. I'm not gonna talk about you. And roll them out. You'll see at which part of the program to pick up on if you want to buy them from the store. But y'all know I like making stuff from scratch, and that's just how I roll. I mean, it's just what I do. Now, I'm sprinkling flour on here, real good, and here around. You will need a lot of flour. That's just, I told y'all, that's just how I do. Okay, see how I'm first trying to get it coated in the flour nicely? Okay, and so I can turn it. Now, what I want you to see, when you're making biscuits, you don't want to over knead this. You see how I'm not doing a real tough knead like that with the heel of my hand? Don't need that. I'm really initially just folding it over, letting everything incorporate and come together. And this is the gluten development stage. Now, if you don't do enough of working your dough with your biscuits here, they will fall apart when you open them because you won't have enough gluten developed, okay? You need enough gluten developed in there so they can really have a nice crumb inside and so they'll stay together. See how that's coming together? Now I'm starting to use my hand, the heel of my hand a little bit, and you see I'm turning, right? So what I'm doing, I'm lifting, push, turn, lift, push, turn, lift, push. A light knead. I'm not doing this hard, okay? That's good. See there? That's the kind of gluten development we want. Not overdone. This is not a loaf of bread, so we don't need that much structure to it. Okay. Keep this extra flour handy though, because you will need it, because dough's pretty stacky. All right, now, and you see how I'm just taking a little bit and sprinkling it out? Okay. What I'm doing now is I'm starting to get ready to roll it over. I'm using my hands first to pat it out. This. I'm not gonna roll this super thin, but I'm not gonna leave it thick. If you went, huh, I'm with you. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. See how I've rolled this out? It's about a 1/2 inch. I'm now gonna take a glass rim that has been floured and just push it down, okay? Let me do it. Hold on. I'm gonna do a bunch and then I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do next. Okay, what I'm gonna do next, take this, okay? I'm gonna put this together, do some more. I'm just gonna show you how this is gonna go first. Okay. Can you see, fam? You good? You with me? Okay. Now, I'm gonna take this one. You see how I rolled it out? I'm gonna use a little bit more flour, pat it out a little bit more. See that? I don't wanna be able to see through it because that means it's too thin, okay? I'm just using my hand. I have a rolling pin here in case I need it. And I'm gonna take my filling here, starting with about a teaspoon. I'm gonna put it in the middle. Make these as big or small as you want. Just remember, it's gotta close. Okay, it's gotta close. Just a little bit more, okay? Then what you're gonna do, ready? You're gonna take the sides. It should stretch a little because we got a little gluten development. Pull it up, close it. See that? See there? And then once we close it, you're gonna pinch it, turn it over, hold it in your hand, boom, biscuit bomb. Okay, and we're gonna do those on our cookie sheet. We do the next one. Okay guys, so once I finish these, getting these all stuffed and ready to go, I'm gonna put these in a 450-degree oven, and we're gonna let them cook, and they are going to taste fantastic. So I have stuffed all of my biscuits. They're all bombed up. They're loaded, loaded, ready to go. I ended up with 9 from this recipe. So I have some filling left over. I'll either make more biscuits for my family, or sometimes we just save it and make sandwiches. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with sausage, egg, and cheese. Amen? Amen. All right, I'm gonna put these in the oven at 450 degrees, and we'll see you in a little bit. Well guys, our biscuit bombs are out of the oven, and confession, I let them cool a little bit because they were hot, they were real bombs. But I want you to see, as soon as they come out, you wanna go over with some butter. Get some butter on these babies when they come out. Oh, man. I can't wait to break into one of these and let you see the inside. All that goodness, the bomb. Be careful not to get no butter on my shirt. I've been moving so fast in this kitchen. Look at this. See how some of them were slightly larger? Those are the ones that I rolled out a little thicker so I could make them bigger. Bigger bombs. Oh boy, this looks delicious. Okay guys, I'm just gonna take a little one. Oh, we'll take this one. See that? Look, isn't she beautiful? And on the bottom, then, this is awesome. Okay, let me take a bite. And I let it cool. Look at that. Oh man. Hold on. I took too big of a bite. I admit, I got greedy, but it's worth it. You see that? The sausage, egg, and the cheese in there. All right, guys. I'm going to put these on this pretty plate so my family can come and salivate all over them. Perfect grab and go breakfast. The kids can grab these on their way out the door to school. Or sometimes I like to put a little maple syrup on it too, so it's like everything. But my kids don't like that part, but I do. Whatever. Thanks for joining me, fam. I hope you make these Buttermilk Biscuit Bombs. I can't remember all these names. Thanks for joining me in the Love Lab. I'll see you next time for more Calabama cooking right here with your girl, Chef Lorious. Happy cooking.